trying not to give away spoilers, and it's so hard. Oh, the
Dude.
worst thing you guys did to me was let me see this movie beforehand, because there's so much like I want to get into, but I don't want to spoil stuff. But so I actually find that you guys are able to drop in little moments of humor in this, and I found it humorous too because again, everyone has their own story. Mine, I've got a backstory. Everyone's got a backstory. So when she has these moments where in her mind and it's being shown like he's right there, these
Yeah.
conversations with Jesus,
Yeah.
showing up in this, look, I'm not even the way that you're perceiving me. You realize, like, I sat there and I chuckled, of course, because it's funny, the whole honesty of I'm just this what you're making of me right now. Even in the darkness, even in her suffering and that sojourn and that long, seeking whatever it is she's seeking, getting it through partying and drugs. Jesus was still there, kind of convicting her mind throughout the movie. And
Right.
you see that played out.
Even when she is telling him to go away, even when she is saying in her mind, like, no joke, she tells Jesus to F off in this movie. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know if there's any, like, he literally sits down and she tells him those exact words. And it's really funny because my mom has a story that's a hard story. And she talked about how whether we want to agree, like accept it or not, we've all said that to Jesus at one point in our mind and in our life. Is there something we want to do that we know that we shouldn't? There's a path we want to head down that we know we shouldn't. And we tell Jesus, F off. I don't want you right now in my life. And that's what this film, I hope that with the way we portrayed these things, that people can come into it with an open mind and put aspects of themselves or reflect aspects of themselves in the story and say, what are those areas in my life that I'm running for God, or how has God used my story in a way that God has used her story, or can God use my story in the way that God's used this story?